Bill Watterson, the maker of Calvin and Hobbes comic strip, a great comic strip, had always said that comic books are all incredibly stupid. And most of the time he's right. I have to say. I read some of this stuff, and what the heck? I mean, first off, there's all sorts of retcons. That's retroactive continuity, when it's like, oh, we thought it was this, but now it's that. And it's not like it's a surprise, which the author had planned out, and now, we're being treated as a surprise. It's like when author number 1 honestly thought the plot was going in this direction, and then author number 2 comes up and takes the plot in an entirely different direction. And then we're like, oh, I guess so-and-so was... Oh, like Professor X of X-Men died in issue 42 of X-Men, way back when. And right on the cover it says, not a dream, not a hoax, not an imaginary tale, this is for real, Professor X is dead. And then, of course, he comes back. Turns out he was with some aliens at the time. I hate it when it does stuff, and it loses its coherency. So it's much better when you have, one story told by, one author, or one, small group of authors, whatever, and it's set. So, if we were to go into my favorite Batman stories for a moment, obviously, and if you haven't read any of these, don't worry, I won't spoil anything, I hate spoilers, but you probably should read just these few top-notch ones. Dark Knight Returns, very cool, very interesting. Though there's another one called Dark Knight Strikes Again, I believe that's what it's called, and that one was just weird. I don't know what was up with that, but Dark Knight Returns was good. And Long Halloween, very interesting. That one, it's a big mystery, very good, very well done mystery, I would say. And I've read all the Sherlock Holmes books too, so I mean, you might consider it kind of confusing. There are a large number of characters, but they just did it well in Long Halloween. Even if there are confusing parts here and there. I think that one, more so than practically anything else I've seen, epitomizes Batman's ability to freak you out whilst standing still. Just, they just draw him in such a great way, and he's just like, hello. And everyone's like, oh crap. Or at least I am, outside the comic. Oh crap. There's a sequel to that, Dark Knight Victory, which is good, not as good as Long Halloween, I'd say, because Dark Knight Victory got more confusing. But you know what my favorite is, and this is generally not people's favorite, is Batman War on Crime. It's this book, it's about this wide, okay, by Alex Ross, which is great. If you ever see anything by Alex Ross, just read it, even though Earth X didn't really make sense at all. But Alex Ross in general, amazing stuff. And he writes really a pretty short story about Batman, but in these real oil paintings, and there's no frames. Images just flow from one thing to another, and it's a real personal story. It's not about saving the fucking universe like so many other things. Another part of the reason I like the first two of those is that, they weren't saving the whole flipping universe in Long Halloween and Dark Knight Returns. It was a more realistic threat. Thank goodness. So there's my recommendations there. On the movie side, the first 4 movies, I believe it was in the 80s or whatever, those are crap. I love them because, just Batman. I love them in some sort of weird nostalgic sense. They're crap. People are like, well, no, the first one was good. No, the first one was crap also. The first one was better than the 3 that followed, don't get me wrong. But, holy crap. There's a scene, okay, very minor spoiler. You first see Batman. He walks up to some criminals, right? And the criminals shoot him. And he falls over. And then, 3 minutes later, he gets up again because, he was wearing body armor or whatever. But, you're flipping Batman. You don't get shot. You dodge bullets. You work in the shadows. You come from behind. You know? If a guy's gonna shoot at Batman, he should be shooting this way, and then Batman comes from that direction. No, Batman just gets shot. What the crap? It makes no sense. But the modern films, Batman Begins, that's a good film. That does Batman pretty dang well, I have to say. We can tell that the filmmakers really loved the character and were really able to do something with him besides just save the world, you know, which they may or may not do. I won't even tell you that. But, you know, you start to care about the guy. He starts to feel like a real person. You start to get convinced of, like, the devotion required. Very good. And they're making a sequel coming next year. So, looking forward to that. That's The Dark Knight, is it's called. And, yeah. Hopefully they'll come up with some other Batman stuff, which is just top-notch as the stuff I've mentioned. I don't know, though. I haven't read all that much. Maybe there's something out there which is really as great. But oftentimes I read something and then, it's not making sense. It's not just a Batman thing. It's an everybody thing. Particularly when they get large numbers of superheroes together. You have, like, Justice League or whatever. Like, you have all these characters that were meant to function independently, and now you have to make them all fight together. And the one time I've seen that done really well, maybe there's like 2 times, was in Kingdom Come, also by Alex Ross. That was cool. Like, even though I don't quite understand it, it has such emotional weight that I could even gloss over any problems I had with the plot. And you know what? The plot probably did make sense. There's just so much of it I didn't quite get it all. And there was also one of those really wide books done by Alex Ross about the Justice League. I forgot what that was called. Maybe it was just called Justice League or something. But otherwise, it just gets freaking confusing. Everyone's got their own, you know, weak points, and they have various things. And then we go to an alternate universe, and then there's like the evil Justice League, and then there, you know. But yes, Batman, my favorite superhero, followed by Spider-Man. I didn't actually get around to him, but, you know, I'm running to the 10-minute limit now. So, Batman's cool, and go see Batman Begins if you have not yet already. Thanks for watching.